So, my name is Jim Gentry. I'm a guitar player from Winter Garden, Florida, and I'm here to talk to you today about my new Odie pedal. And this is a really versatile, really neat pedal. You can use it for anything from just boosting your signal, maybe to get a little extra push for doing a solo, to some really nice overdrive stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out just playing a little bit on my amp without anything, just the guitar straight into the amp. And then I'm going to activate the distortion pedal, and we can talk about all the different settings that we're going to use for that. So the amp all by itself sounds like this. Pretty basic. So one of the things that I use this for is just boosting the signal a little bit when I'm looking for a solo. No matter what I have going in front of it, and I've got some other distortion pedals. I've also got a compressor. I can get a little bit more gas using the Odie. There are 3 overdrive or texture modes, and one of them is just really not very much overdrive at all. You can get to a little bit of crunch if you turn the gain up a lot. But it's really good for just enhancing the volume of the signal, minimally affecting the tone of it. So one of the things I like about this pedal, most of all really, is no matter what setting you use on this, you still maintain the same timbre of sound with your guitar. So for instance, now I've got the pedal engaged. It's still very similar sounding. It's got just a little bit more mid-range, which is really good for solos cutting through. But really it's still very similar sounding. So let me not really hit this so hard. Let me give you an example. Here's without. Here's with. Got a little bit more mid-range character, and it's got some really nice chimey stuff going on as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to engage one set of the clipping diodes. This is sort of the first level of distortion. It adds just a little bit of crunch to it. So we're going to have to adjust the volume a little bit for this to make it even. So here's without. This is with. I'm going to have to turn this up a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit more gain as well. So once again, that's without. And this is with, and you can see once again that the sound of the guitar, the timbre of the guitar, is really very similar, even though we've now engaged the pedal. So here's without. Here's with. It's really clean. It's really, you can understand all the notes very well. You can also, this is also really nice, you can also back off of it a little bit. It's still really present. It doesn't disappear. Volume up and get a little distortion. So like this. See, it's really touch sensitive. Feels really good in the hands too. I'm going to now add more distortion. So this actually puts in a different set of clipping diodes, which gives it more distortion, which you'll hear now. This is my favorite as far as the distortion is concerned. I like this the best. Really clean, really tight. You get a lot of dynamics. You still get a lot of attack. So settings that another setting that I really haven't mentioned yet is the voicing, and right now I've got bass boost because for my rig it sounds more similar to having the pedal out of the circuit completely when I have the bass boost. But let me show you what it sounds like when it's just totally flat. So now I've got the voicing set totally flat. Here's without. Here's with. Without, with. So you definitely get a lot more mid-range character. I've got the tone control turned up pretty good, so it really cuts through the mix a lot better when you do it that way. There's also a mid-range boost, which actually seems to reduce the bottom end a good bit and adds a little bit more mid-range. So this would probably be good for a guitar with humbucker pickups, something that's a little warmer. So here is this sound. This is without and with. Another thing is I like using the compressor a lot, and this pedal is very compressor friendly. So let me show you the difference. Here's with the compressor in, and here's with the distortion pedal with the Odie. Really like the articulation. It feels really, really good in my hands. So guitar players that have played through tube amps will know what I'm talking about as far as touch responsiveness. It really makes a big difference when you got a pedal that emulates that, and this pedal does a really good job of that. There are other distortion pedals that I've had add a lot of distortion. They either compress it too much, or if you back off the volume knob, you lose everything. You get nothing. So it's really usable, really musical. Sounds really great. Price is right. Can't go wrong. Buy yourself an Odie. Just because I said so. And also because it's really a great pedal. So one more point, which is really cool about the feedback thing. A lot of inexpensive pedals, when you try to make them feedback, you'll get a very high harmonic. Something that's really not related very much to the root note that you're playing. One of the things I like about this pedal a lot is it stays very close to the root. It's not that you won't get harmonic feedback of the different harmonics, but just here, let me just demonstrate. Sweet. That's really nice. So once again, I really like this pedal a lot. The hardest part right now is figuring out which setting I like the best, so I'm probably going to have to buy 2. Peter's smiling. Somewhere Peter's smiling. All right, thank you very much. If you have any questions, talk to Peter. He's great. He makes great pedals. This is one of my favies. Thanks a lot.